not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla. It's your boy Big Vern in the building on a frozen Wednesday here in the Midwest. A whopping 10 degrees this morning. Snow and ice everywhere. Make sure if you take your pets out, make sure you're on a shoveled walkway that's well salted so you don't trip and hurt yourself. And God bless the homeless. Our last segment, we talked about Doug Henderson and the weirdest owner in the NFL down in Jacksonville, Mr. Khan. He was writing some sort of presidential speech. I don't know what that was about. But Doug got fired, and we just asked, was it justified? Before that, we were in the NFC West, and Ryan Grubb, despite winning 10 games as offensive coordinator, he was let go. What? Now I'm asking, what's the line? Because you can be 13, and you can pretty much get fired. But if you go 10-7, you're still fired. Who knows what the hell you can do to keep a job in the NFL? Then Antonio Pierce, he got fired. That's without him having a definite quarterback, not having a solidified run game, having his hands basically tied behind his back. Somehow, it's his fault. Trust me, it's weird out here in these NFL streets. But we got our next story lined up. We got the rubber match going on this weekend, wildcard weekend, the night game, Ravens versus the Steelers in Baltimore. Very scary game. Just how scary? We'll go into it when we get back from a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we do. 2025. New album out on the streets. Bodie James and Who the Hell is Carlo? Hidden in plain sight. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it's Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites are Hidden in Plain Sight, the feature track with Conway the Machine and Styles P, Big Wings, and Brick James. Bodie James and Who the Hell is Carlo? Hidden in Plain Sight. In stores. Yeah. Shout out to Bodie James and Who the Hell is Carlo? I like that. I really like that album. But like I said, we got the rubber match here. We got the rubber match. Now, in the beginning of the season, Pittsburgh had beaten Lamar and the Ravens, but a game that's more closest in memory was the Ravens and the Steelers on December the 21st that happened in Baltimore. And if you're Tomlinson, you got to be thinking to yourself, why do we have to go there? And could this have turned out differently had I went ahead and played Russell Wilson? And they held Pittsburgh they goose-egged Pittsburgh in the first quarter. And just when you thought that this game might have turned around the fortunes of the Pittsburgh Steelers, that was not the case, because the Pittsburgh Steelers, they could not stop Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And that's why I have Derrick Henry in the graphic behind you, because those two dudes are ridiculous. In that same game, Lamar Superman Jackson, put some respect on that dude's name and season your food. Lamar Jackson goes 15-23, 207 with 3 touchdowns and an interception. Derrick Henry touches the rock 24 times and runs for 162 yards. Some games, most NFL teams don't even get 162 yards collectively. They had 162 yards from one person. And if you're Tomlin going into this, you got to be like, why? Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Because Jackson touched that same rock and ran for 22 yards. They just ran all over the Pittsburgh Steelers any way they wanted. Because when you go back and you look at that game, The Ravens put up 220 rushing yards collectively on that Steelers defense. That's a bad omen. And this is the part of the year where you want to see your teams playing together. Remember, I always said when Baltimore figures this thing out and when they figure out how to make this work, a lot of teams are going to be in trouble. You're seeing that right now. A lot of teams are going to be in trouble because Baltimore has it clicking on all cylinders. Baltimore has it clicking on all cylinders, and I don't know if the Steelers have enough weaponry to stop the Ravens' rushing attack. This year, Derrick Henry almost rushed for 2,000 yards. In the regular season, he ended the season with 1,921 yards. That's averaging 5 yards every time he touched the rock, almost 6 yards because it's 5.9. And I don't think Pittsburgh wants to stop this dude, especially when it's cold in the East Coast. That's got to be another feather in the cap. But like I say, the Steelers play in that same environment, so it's nothing that's going to stop them. But my goodness, playing like they're playing, having the confidence, getting guys back healthy, this could be the end of the road for Pittsburgh. And granted, Tomlin has done a lot with 2 QBs nobody even really cared about. Again, I want the best to play the best. I'm not going to sit up here and advocate for guys ducking guys. And I love everybody playing the game that has that same feel, to be a legend. Give me a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting this month. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. It's your boy Big Vern promoting a new rap album this month. Redman, Muddy Waters 2. Get it in stores where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is What's Hot, La 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 with Redman and Method Man, Don't You Miss, Ignorant, A, Hood Star with Kid Capri, Faith Evans, Pop the Trunk, Ghetto Motivation, I love that record, Kush with Snoop Dogg, Goofy, 1 O'Clock, and many more. Redman, Muddy Waters 2, in stores now. Shout out to Redman, shout out to Brick City. Again, going back to this Ravens versus Steelers game, I look at Tomlin and what he was able to accomplish with quarterbacks everybody gave up on. Because if you look at Russell Wilson, he had a great year. Win, lose, or draw Saturday night, Russell had a great year. And to me, if we're going to give NFL Comeback Player of the Year awards, it has to be him in the conversation. This year, he's got 2,482 yards on the year with 16 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. His QBR is at 95.6. Now remember, this is that same Russell Wilson that Sean Payton said he couldn't win with in Denver. This is that same Russell Wilson that Sean Payton benched in Denver, and they had a horrible record. And then when Russell refused to renegotiate and restructure his contract because he deserved all of his money, they got rid of him to Pittsburgh, which this year he's playing for free because the Broncos are still paying the Steelers. They're still paying Russell Wilson's salary. Again, Russell Wilson had a great year. Not sitting here taking anything away from Justin Fields because he had a good year as well. Chicago got rid of Justin Fields. Pittsburgh got the most out of guys who people forgot about. And that has to be commended. But when we get to this game, a healthy Mark Andrews, a healthy Jason Bateman, a healthy Zay Flowers, you have Derrick Henry, who's running actually in time and killing his opponents in between the tackles. He's not going to go on the edge. If he does get in the edge, it's actually a pass out in the flat. Who's going to catch this guy? I don't know, but I am apt to watch it. And that's the night game in the wild card weekend. That is the NFL. Wow. We'll cover the other wild card when we get back. This is Big Vern. But also, before I go, I got to ask a question for the Ravens fans. Do you like the first round matchup? Do you like the first round matchup? This is Big Vern. I'll be back.